Mel B battled the habitual and consistent addiction to cocaine and booze throughout her marriage, exposing her children to her abuse, explosive court documents claim. The Spice Girl is accused by her ex-husband, Stephen Belafonte, of using the class A drug so much it impacted on her marriage and her ability as a mother. The film producer backed up his claims with a series of text messages he presented in court filings on Friday. In his declaration, Belafonte claims the biggest reason for my concern with respect to the safety of the children was due to the petitioner's habitual and consistent addiction to and abuse of cocaine and alcohol. Image Los Angeles Superior Court. Image Los Angeles Superior Court. Belafonte was married to Mel for 10 years before she filed for divorce in March. To make matters worse, my fear for the children's safety was amplified due to the fact that petitioner had fired the children's nanny, who had been in the children's lives since 2010, and I did not want petitioner using drugs and drinking around the children, especially without anyone else present to care for the children. Petitioner's drinking and drug abuse had been a major issue throughout our marriage and was witnessed by the nanny, the children, and her own therapist, Dr. Sophie. Belafonte, who was married to Mel for 10 years before she filed for divorce in March, made the legal submission in his attempt to gain access to the singer's daughter, Angel, whose father is actor Eddie Murphy. He also detailed how Mel had supposedly agreed upon a plan of routine drug testing over his fears she was not fit to look after the children. He also claimed Mel, 42, had agreed to have a hair test on a regular basis. Image Film Magic. Dr. Charles Sophie, a psychiatrist, who was acting as an intermediary between the couple, wrote a 4-point plan. It included daily doses of the alcohol antagonist drug, Antabuse, and monthly injections of Vivitrol, which prevents drug users from relapsing. He also stated Mel, 42, had agreed to have a hair test on a regular basis, not to exceed more than 60 days between each test, and random weekly drug testing. In the 10-page filing submitted to the Los Angeles Superior Court, the 42-year-old claims the schoolgirl was unaware who her real father was. Lorraine Giles has won the right to a jury trial. Image Splash News. Angel regularly calls me daddy or dad, he wrote. In fact, prior to our separation, Angel had no idea that I was not her biological father. He detailed how he had raised Angel as his own ever since she was 1 month old. In the text messages supplied by Belafonte, it details how he felt Mel had attempted to sign a divorce deal before their separation was made public. Belafonte made the legal submission in his attempt to gain access to the singer's daughter, Angel, whose father is actor Eddie Murphy. Image Getty. He claims she reneged on the pact after he was blocked from accessing his financial information and after they failed to agree on a joint public statement over the collapse of their marriage. Sensing Mel was pulling out of the deal, Belafonte said he was broadsided when she filed court papers against him. He claims, to my surprise, just a few days later, petitioner Mel B filed a non-notice ex parte request seeking temporary domestic violence restraining order against me. I have repeatedly, and adamant, denied the allegations of abuse. He then details as to why he should be granted access to Angel, who he says Mel had initially agreed he could see. The former couple has a daughter, Madison, 5, together. Mel cuts a slim figure out in Los Angeles. Image BACKGRID. The papers were filed as the cop accused of having a full-blown affair with Mel was in crisis talks battling to save his marriage. Ryan Lawrence was at the home in Mission Viejo, California, he shares with stunning wife, Morgan, after details of his relationship with the Spice Girl emerged. The police officer, a trained crisis negotiator, is now battling his own emergency only a year after marrying in a lavish ceremony at Serendipity Gardens in Oak Glen, Southern California. For the past 2 weeks, Lawrence, 32, has been denying claims he has been seeing Mel, telling Morgan, 29, he was purely helping her with security during her bitter divorce from ex-Stephen Belafonte. But after details emerged, friends are now telling her to leave her husband, saying she deserves better. A source said when Morgan was tipped off about Ryan seeing Mel, she refused to believe it was true. She spoke to him about, but he denied it, saying he had been working for Mel for a short while. However, she has now learned it has been the talk of his precinct since April after Ryan was introduced to Mel. Morgan is heartbroken, utterly devastated. Image PA. They were the picture-perfect couple and she doted on him. She was so happy. Morgan would count down the days until she walked down the aisle with her rock, as she called him, but now she is in pieces. She doesn't know if she can work through this. Her heart is broken. As the Mirror reported yesterday, Mel now fears being branded a homewrecker over her secret trysts with the cop after she accused her former nanny of doing the same to her. Lorraine Giles. Image Facebook. The troubles come after the British singer was accused of falsely painting former nanny Lorraine Giles, 26, as a homewrecker, prostitute and extortionist. She claims the German beauty had an affair with her ex-husband Steven Belafonte, who she is locked in a divorce battle with while employed by them. The Spice Girls team had been kicked to say Lawrence had been helping with security in recent weeks. However, the Mirror can reveal he grew close to the 42-year-old 6 months ago after a cop at Lawrence's precinct introduced them.